Hey guys, I'm Dario again. So today we have battle versus JB from Serbia Wi-Fi chat room. And we decided to do some UU match because UU matches are always epic in my opinion. So in a couple of days, as I said before in my previous battles, I've come to realization that Narrated is actually a UU for now. So I decided to use it as my lead in my UU team, and yeah, that's all what I want to say here. So he decided to bring in as his lead Kabutops, and I decided to be obvious and go for my best move here, which is my Sleep Powder, and it actually misses, so he ends up switching into his Azumarill, and fortunately my Roserade is faster than this Azumarill, so I just put it to sleep, and then he decided to take a switch into his Ursaring, as I set up the layer of Toxic Spikes, and that's kind of good beginning of the game for me. So predicting a Swords Dance, because that's kind of obvious move in Ursaring's movement, so I just go for a Leaf Storm because it's my stab, and fortunately, thanks to the poison, it will be one-hit KO by my Roserade. So his next poke was Hitmontop, and predicting some priority move, I decided to take a switch to my Gastrodon, and actually it turns out that this Hitmontop is actually his bulk up Hitmontop, so I just go for a stockpile to get some defense and special defense boost. And actually the poison is dealing some damage to this Hitmontop, so that's kind of good. And now he's got 3 bulk ups, so I just go for the Surf to do some damage on this Hitmontop, and now he's got 4 bulk ups up, and the poison is dealing him some damage, so he go for a Mach Punch, which is his priority move. And I just go for a Surf for the win, because you know the poison will take it down. But actually he survives this, so I go for another stockpile to boost my Gastrodon's defenses. And yeah, the poison now will take down this Hitmontop, and that's kind of good for me, because you know with all of these bulk ups, it can be really dangerous. So yeah, his next poke was Kabutops, and I think just go for the recover to get some HP back, and he goes for the Stealth Rocks. I don't know, that was kind of random move, because you know he can finish off my Gastrodon with some kind of waterfall or things like that, but he actually wants to, you know, get my Gastrodon and fight. So yeah, anyway, I just go for a Surf because it will do some decent damage to Kabutops thanks to the poison. It's good combination, the poison and Surf. So he decided to take a switch into his Weezing, and Surf will do some decent damage on this Weezing. In my opinion, it looks like less than half his HP. So he just go for a Will-O-Wisp, and it misses, so I feel so bad about this. That kind of sucks for him. And I just go for another Surf to do some nice damage. And actually it occurred that this Weezing carries Pain Split, so that's kind of bad for me, because now, you know, he will just stay in the battle for longer. So I just go for another Surf, and he ends up... I just decided to take a switch into my Scary Mojo, because I saw that this Weezing also carries some kind of leftovers, so I just decided to take a trick, and actually I just come to realize that this Weezing doesn't carry leftovers, it actually carries Sludge something, so it will slowly take down my Scary Mojo, because now I'm burned thanks to the Will-O-Wisp. So I just go for a Rapid Spin on the switch, and he decided to take a switch into his Azumarill, and pretty much off Depth Flutter I decided to go for Explosion, because just for now my Claydol carries Explosion, and thanks to the burn it will do some crap damage to this Weezing. So I decided to bring in my Colors Volume 2 next turn, and he goes for the Will-O-Wisp, which didn't miss this turn, and now my Colors Volume 2 is burned, so that kind of sucks. And I just go for the Confuse Ray to get some Confuse hacks, and then he decided to take a switch into his Kabutops pretty much of Depth Flutter, because I'll surely take it down with Thunderbolt, which is my stab. So his next poke, which he decided to bring in, was Tauros, and it will eventually go for the poison thanks to the Toxic Spikes. So I decided to take a switch to my Gastrodon, predicting some Earthquake, and I predict well, because he actually ends up getting to the Earthquake. And it don't look like to hit KO for me, so I just go for the Surf to do some nice damage. Surf or recover, and to get some HP back. And after that I just go for the Surf, I guess, to do some damage to this guy, and he ends up switching into his Weezing. so his losing HP is pretty bad now. So I decided to take a switch into Kelly's volume 2, predicting some pain split, and he actually pain split. So that's kind of bad for me, because now my Lantern is going to die a few turns. So he decided to take a switch into his towers, and I go for my stab Thunderbolt, because it's, you know, my stab and kind of powerful. And it didn't one-hit KO it, but thanks to the poison it is on its red health. So I decided to take a switch into my Gastrodon, because I want to save my Lantern for later, because it got low HP, and if his Weezing is pain splitting again, I will just take a switch into my Lantern, so that's kind of good. So anyway, he decided to bring in his Azumarill, and he actually wakes up and he used Sleep Talk, and that's kind of bad for him. So I just go for a free recover to get some HP back, and he go for a double edge, which will do some nice damage to the Gastrodon, but also he's got some recall for that movie. So I just go for a poison, for a Toxic to get some poison on this guy, and after that I decided to take a switch to my Magneton, because at this point I can easily finish it off with Gastrodon, but I just want to show my Magneton, because it didn't do much in this battle. And this is my Spets Magneton, so I just go for a Thunderbolt, because it's stab and pretty powerful, and it will eventually take it down. So his last guy was Weezing, and I just go for a Thunderbolt because I'm trapped with this move, so it will be 1 KO for me. So anyway, good game, JB, comment, subscribe guys, and yeah, see you guys later, peace.